Hey everyone, my name is Colton, and in this video I'd like to show off an add-on I've been creating for the Orca screen reader. It's called Remora, and it's still a proof of concept at some level, but it's a cool way to integrate Orca with large language models with vision capabilities. It also adds OCR and custom keyboard shortcuts for toggling settings. Before diving in, I'd like to give some background. So Orca is a great screen reader, but as with any software projects, there are some times in which it's really helpful to customize or extend it. For instance, some users may want to pass custom text to read or maybe toggle a setting based on a desktop notification. The recently released Orca version 49 added support for dbus inter-process communication, which allows for exactly this. So if you aren't familiar with dbus, you don't need to know the specifics, but it essentially allows developers like myself to write software which controls Orca without needing to fork the codebase or have people install and run custom Python code in the screen reader. So this is really powerful and a huge improvement. With that in mind, let me show you how to set up Remora. The first thing you need to do is to have a version of Orca that's version 49 or above. That's required for the dbus support, and you can check this by going in to the terminal and typing in orca -- version. It's important to note that some package managers update Orca very rarely, so there's a chance you may need to build from source. The next step is to download Remora itself. For this, all you need to do is to go to the GitHub page and download the binary from the releases. There aren't any extra dependencies.
Ops 32.0 activity, link. GitHub C Loftus Remora, a companion to the Orca screen reader. Skip to content, link. Find a page, autocomplete. Releases visited link, heading 2, 1 visited link, heading 2. Releases C Loftus Remora GitHub, document web. Find a page, autocomplete, releases, text on Remora AMD64, visited link. Releases C Loftus Remora. Remora AMD64, 5, completed 12.1 MB showing folder Remora AMD64, 5.
After making the file executable and running it from the terminal, the Remora application will launch on your desktop. Right now, to enter into the app using Orca, you're going to have to press the Tab key. This is a little bit different from some other applications, and it's due to a long-standing bug in WebKit GTK, not Orca or Remora.
Screen reader on. Remora, frame. Connected to Orca 49 beta, Rep 5093 DB7.
As of right now, Remora's design is a single-page application. So that means there's no complicated page navigation menus, just different headings on one page. I personally like this style of design for screen reader use since it makes it quicker to jump around. Each heading in Remora represents a different feature. At the top, it'll tell us the status of our connection to Orca itself. Below it, there are different sections for things like keyboard settings, toggles, AI integration, and OCR.
Connected to Orca 49 beta, Rep 5093 DB7. Keyboard shortcuts, heading 2. ONA, heading 2. OCR, heading 2.
Note that if you want to use keyboard shortcuts, you're going to have to be on X11 and not Wayland. This is since Wayland doesn't support global keyboard shortcuts without custom Wayland protocol extensions. Wayland accessibility itself is honestly a bit of a rabbit hole, which probably deserves its own video.
Keyboard shortcuts, heading 2. Table, description, column header, key, column header, column 2. Description OCR screen, key CTRL Shift F5. Description toggle velocity, key CTRL. Description describe screen with local AI model, key CTRL Shift F7. Description toggle speech, key CTRL Shift F8. Description screen curtain, key CTRL Shift F9. Description change velocity, key CTRL Shift F10. Description slow speed, key CTRL Shift F11. Description fast speed, key CTRL Shift F12.
By pressing the designated keyboard shortcut, Remora will take a screenshot of the screen, pass it to Ollama to describe it, and then return it to Orca to speak it out loud. Right now I'm using Ollama to add LLM and vision model integration. So if you're not familiar, Ollama is another program which essentially allows you to easily download and run these sorts of models privately on your own computer. Remora will automatically detect Ollama if it's running on your system, but also if you don't want it, that's totally fine too, and it'll just be ignored.
Leaving table. Edit this to change the prompt for Ollama. This will be used for all subsequent OCR runs. Entry. Focus mode. What is the name and purpose of the currently focused application? Set prompt. Push button. Leaving form. Current prompt. What is the name and purpose of the currently focused application? Remora. Frame. Processing screenshot. Remora. Document web. The name of the currently focused application is Remora. The purpose of Remora, as indicated in the screenshot, is to provide keyboard shortcuts and other functionalities for interacting with the application. It appears to be a tool for managing and enhancing the user experience on a Linux desktop, possibly by integrating AI capabilities and other features.
Currently I'm using Qwen 2.5 for the vision model. However, I know there are a lot of other options as well, so if you're an expert in this space and have suggestions, I'd definitely love to chat. I'm on the lookout for other models that are maybe a bit lighter weight and easier to run on older hardware. For those of you that are interested in the development of the application itself, I wrote Remora by creating custom auto-generated dbus bindings for Orca. If you write code in Golang, you can very easily reuse these and import them as a library to communicate with Orca without needing to understand the intricacies of dbus communication. I'll put the link in the description if you're interested. For the app itself, I made it using the Whales framework. This essentially allows you to write desktop applications in TypeScript by leveraging WebKit GTK. Whales is new, and WebKit GTK admittedly does have a few bugs, but overall I have been really liking it, honestly, and it makes it much easier to write accessible desktop applications cross-platform. It also allows a developer like myself to use tooling like HTML and JavaScript, which are quite good, and perhaps even more important than the tooling itself, have very clear standards about how to make them accessible for assistive technology users. And so that's pretty much the overview of Remora. It's still admittedly a work in progress, and it will probably have some new features by the time you watch this, but even beyond this application, I hope I was able to show a nice proof of concept for custom applications which interact with Orca. I'm really excited about this space, honestly, and I'm really excited to see what others are going to make as well. If you're interested in this and need help either communicating with Orca or understanding Linux accessibility generally, definitely feel free to reach out. I'd love to chat.